Hello, Crofts Cards and Collectibles here. Just having a little quiet time, having a look at grading some of my cards. Thought I might take you through a couple of my cards and how I kind of look at them, pre-screen them before I send them off for grading. So me and young Arlo opened last night some of these first partner cards. So I've just been kind of going through to see what we would kind of send off for grading and what we would probably either keep or sell off. I'll go through some of the ones I've done because I've got a fair few to go. We opened 4 boxes, so that gets you 12 of these particular cards. We luckily enough managed to get the whole 9 of them out of 4 boxes, which was great. So we've got the little Charmander here. So what I do is I put a little note on the back. That one I think is a pristine 10, so we'll send these off to CGC. So that's good on the Charmander, given it's about a $50 card raw. The Squirtle, another popular one. It got, oh, there you go, there's an actual grading scale. So I didn't think the edges, you can see there, I indicated the edges 9.5 to maybe higher, so it's pretty good. I think I might have seen a little bit of fluff and it scared me a bit, so usually I just run my finger along it and that gets rid of it, but I'll give that a 9.5 with an arrow up, so I'm pretty sure it's going to get a 10. We had a Piplup. These are 30 anniversary cards if you check it out. They've got a cool little 30-year symbol there, which apparently the Pokemon freaks love. Piplup, got a P10, oh, very nice. And then we got a Turtwig, and it got a P10. So that was some of the successes, and here's some of the failures. Litten. Got horrible centering on this card. Like if you can see on the back there, it is atrocious centering on the back. It's not crazy bad on the front, but you have a kind of a close stare at it and you can see it's generally quite low on the card. Might even be, just looks like it's low, but I recall the back centering on this one was pretty atrocious, so it'll get a 9 or a lower. Whether we send that off for grading or not, who knows. We had the Pop Leo. Centering again, let this one down. I think this was another case of the back centering was pretty atrocious and it was very high on the card, this one. Generally these cards that I'm looking at, these first partner cards, they're really good quality. Like the print looks great, there's no print lines, there's no scratches. It's just the centering. The corners and edges look pristine. It's really just the centering. Like 10's all round there, except I've got a centering issue. That one might get a 10. We'll send these to CGC. I'm getting an order back next month. I'll see how strict they are on some of these things. I've sent a bit of an experimental order over there. See what happens. Right now I'm looking at grading this Bulbasaur. So I thought I'd show you through what I look at. First of all, I'll look at the centering. And this one, I've given it a 9.5. I think it's a little low. There's a bit more of the border up the top here than at the bottom. So I'm going to 9.5 because it's not tragic. Then I put it on my little black, if I show you down there, I put it on my little black piece of plastic so I can move it around and not have to scratch the card up. I do actually take it out of the sleeve. I've got to try and be careful with this because we only pulled one Bulbasaur and it's one of the more expensive cards. So then you can literally see there on my screen, if I whiz back a bit, you can see I've got a little magnifying glass set up there. And hey presto, I just work around the card, checking out the corners first and the edges. Like I said, these cards are pretty clean. The black is good on these cards because it's obviously a silver border, so the black shows it up quite nicely. If I got a black card, I have to get a white piece of paper out and stick it on it, so I get a good look at the edges. It looks really good. I then tend to sit back a bit and I give it a bit of a flick up and down to see if I can see any noticeable scratches or anything like that. It all looks pretty good, so it goes back into a sleeve. Goes back into its sleeve. You can see I'm all gloved up on one hand. It's a bit hard to handle the sleeves and stuff when you've got two gloves on. It's a bit of a nightmare. Then it goes into these card saver things. Apparently that's what all the grading companies like. It goes into there. I finished writing out my little ticket. So centering got a 9.5. Corners, I'll give a 10. Edges, 10. And the surface looked pretty good at 10. Off camera, I had a bit of a look at the back centering, and the back centering's off ever so much as well. So I might give that a centering 9.5 low. I like to be a bit cautious with this because it obviously costs a bit of money to get these graded. And I'll give that a 9.5 with an up arrow, meaning it could be a 10, but I'll put it on the pile that's not guaranteed 10s. Oh, as far as guarantee, there's a chance I've missed something, but given when it gets to the grading center, they'll grade it with absolutely high resolution cameras. So I might check out a different card for you now. Two more, just for the video. We pulled this Psyduck last night, which is about $100, $120 card raw. If it got a 10, apparently it's up closer to $1,000. It's only a fairly new release though, so they tend to come out high, the prices, and then they drop down a bit. But I'll tell you what, I'd take $400 or $500 for this card. So we'll have a little look at the centering. It's hard to check these things out through a camera. So off camera, I think the centering, it's a little low on the card. It's a fraction low. You can see there's a slightly bigger border at the top. We'll flick it over to the back. Pokemon cards are good in the fact that you can tell the centering quite easily. The centering on the back looks pretty good. All right, we'll check out the corners and the edges. First corner looks good. Going along the edge looks great. Usually just lift the plastic I've got up and down a little bit. It gives a little bit of a reflection from time to time. Maybe you see something in a slightly different light. Show you, so there's a little mark on that there. Not happy about that. How well the camera picks it up. Usually this is why I wear the glove. You give it a light wipe over and hey presto, it disappears. It's now on my glove somewhere, so I've got to get rid of that. But yeah, it's gone. If you left that on there, that is guaranteed to drop it at least half a grade point. The amount of times I reckon I've done that in the past, over the past few years, is a travesty. I reckon that card will go close to a 10. I really, truly do. You do want to give it a bit more of a flick over the light just to make sure it doesn't do anything kind of crazy. But gee, I love the Psyduck card. Like, it's a pretty cool looking card. So I'm going to give it a centering 9.5. I'm going to give it corners 10, edge 10, surface 10, and I'm going to give that a 10. It's probably not a pristine 10, that one, but I think it's a 10. I think the pristine 10s, CGC pristine 10s were selling up close to $1,000, and I think off the top of my head, the Gem Mint 10s were selling around the I think $400 mark. So there's a bit of a price drop. So if we could manage to sneak in with their centering grade, which is 55-45, so you're only allowed 5% out, maybe that's a $1,000 card. Who knew? It's a pretty cool looking card though. Love that card. Psyduck. All right, so that's a bit of a look at how I do it. I might just do one more for the camera, given we got this promo card. Promo cards are notorious for getting dinged up, although Pokemon's kind of onto it more recently. They seem to pack them a little bit better so they fall out a bit easier rather than you have to pry them out and scratches all the edges and everything. Because it's a promo card, they do tend to take a bit more care in printing them. So the centering on this card looks pretty good. Check the back. Centering on the back. Maybe a shift that way slightly, ever so slightly that way. I think it's probably within the region of 10 though. So I'll have a little look at it. We'll look at this one on the back, see if you can pick up anything odd on the back, because sometimes this banner, this border can get dinged up and it's not so noticeable on the front, but on the back it is. See there's a little ding there. Don't think that's going to wipe off. I think that's actually a ding. Oh, tell a lie, it wiped off. There you go. Bit of fluff. The corner, it's just ever so slightly. And I like to be harsh because I know they're harsh, the graders. I like to be harsh, and I would only give this a 9.5 based on like just some of these marks, because they sit in the plastic casing and they kind of just bang around in shipping and everything. There's generally bits of fluff over this one everywhere though. There is a mark on the back of this one, you can see that there. So I'll give the surface of this one a 9.5 at the moment as well. If I see too much more, I'll bump it down to a 9. There's another little mark there I'm not happy about. So yeah, these promo cards, like out of everything I've looked at today, yeah, this promo cards, it's just rubbed around in the packaging. There's just marks all over it. I'll end up bumping that down to an 8. And we'll have a look at the front and see if the front looks any worse. Here's the weird part. See how this is a black border card? I have to get something a different color to sit it on, so then I can see the border. So now I've got a white piece of card. And you see, so it looks pristine on the front. They look great. It's just that Pokemon cards have to be pristine front and back. That's a hair. That's disgusting. And it looks really good on the front. So it's going to be surface. I don't think that corner on the back was an issue. I think the bigger issue that a grader would have is just the general condition of that surface. On the back, I reckon it nearly drops as low as an 8 on the back, which is annoying because it's a good looking card, Mega Gardevoir. But yeah, that's the rigmarole I would go through. Centering 10, or did I say 9.5? That's part of the problem. You've got to try and remember everything you thought. No, 9.5. Corner, I'll give it a 9.5. Edges were actually pretty good. I'll give them a 10, and the surface was not ideal. I might give that an 8 with an arrow up. It was lots of really minor stuff, but there was lots of it. I might give it a bit of a weird grading, this one, an 8 to a 9. As the door slams. We'll give that one an 8 to a 9, and it probably never sees grading. A bit of a plan with grading these cards. Anything basically under $80 to $100 in value, depending on what I think, what grade it could get. I'm going to send it off. If it's under that value, I'm going to say a card like this might go off to an Australian company called TCG. I just got an email back from them this morning saying they're running behind schedule. They've been inundated. I think that comes as a bit of the backlash from PSA, copping a bit of a horrible reputation at the moment. No one's got a lot of American confidence at the moment either. But I've been sending stuff. I've got an order off with CGC for the more expensive stuff. There's just probably a little bit better value there. But if America keeps going down the gurgler like it is, then we'll probably just keep sending to TCG. They seem to have pretty good customer service, so their slabs look good. And I'll show you some slabs hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, that'll do for today. Enjoy your weekend.